Hi, friends. Today we're going to talk about honesty and integrity. I love honesty and integrity. And to me, being honest with ourselves and others is a way to honor ourselves and others and live an honorable life. And when we're consistently honest with ourselves and others, we live in integrity. Integrity is when your heart, mind, and actions are aligned. And through honesty and integrity is the fastest way to actually manifest anything. When you decide this is what I want, and if your heart agrees with it, and then you follow up with inspired action, you very easily manifest things because you align with the vibration and you put in the work. And when we manifest things, we don't create anything new. Everything has already been created. So basically, you're aligning with a certain timeline thing that is already existing as an option for you. But the problem is when the heart and the mind don't agree. Let's say the mind is telling you, I want this, but your heart is saying, I want that. And then you don't have that heart mind coherence. And a lot of the times, if you feel like that, you actually don't take action because it's confusing. The mind gives this kind of order, the heart gives another order, they're not agreeing, and you're stuck in limbo. It's like, well, what do I do? I don't know. And you're being indecisive, insecure, questioning yourself, doubting, researching things, not knowing what to do because there's a lack of agreement. And if you do what the mind says, but the heart doesn't agree, then you feel regret and you feel like something is off. It doesn't feel good. And if you follow the heart, but the mind doesn't agree, you can feel really scared and you can doubt yourself and actually not be able to hold the manifestation because the mind is not on board yet. So it's really interesting to observe that in yourself and really take time to ask yourself, what is it that I really want? And sometimes we get scared because our truth will cause friction with what we think other people want from us or their opinions of us. And that's where a wonderful book comes into place, The Courage to Be Disliked. And sometimes being in our truth and integrity will ruffle feathers and cause other people to not like us because their truth, our truth, is not convenient for them. But it's a risk we need to take if we want to be in alignment and live in integrity and be honest to ourselves and them. And ultimately, we're not responsible for anybody else's like thoughts or feelings. And when we're aware of that, we can allow people to have their reactions to our truth without taking that personally and knowing that we're not responsible for their reactions, making them feel better or any different. And that's how we get out of people pleasing mode. And speaking your truth can look like you deciding that you are going to commit to your health and you are going to eat healthy and exercise. And the people that you live with or the people that you hang out with are like, oh, what? No, come on. And trying to get you to eat something that you know isn't so good for you, or trying to talk you out of exercising because they feel threatened that all of a sudden you're going to be better than them, which what kind of better? You're just taking care of yourself because you realize how important it is. So in this case, you just need to speak your truth without trying to convince them of it, but politely say, no, no, this is what I'm gonna do, and you can do whatever you want to. They're just those things that I'll no longer participate in. One way. Another thing would be if somebody's trying to get you to do something and it doesn't align with you, and you can again respectfully say no. And you don't have to be busy to decline an invitation for something or a request. Being busy can be like, I just need rest. I would rather stay home and read a book. I'd rather stay home and be with my cats. I'd rather stay home and take a bath. Or I'd rather do this other thing. And if you have people around you who also live in their truth and integrity, they're not going to be offended by it because you can be honest with one another. And if you wanted to spend time together, you're always going to find ways. And if you genuinely wanted to help one another, you're always going to find convenient time that works for both of you. And there's no expectation or demand on your time and energy, which goes both ways. You know, if you're having that expectation of others, naturally you're willing to offer the same thing. And when you speak and say no out of your truth, you also allow others to speak their truth. And if it's different from yours or what you want, you have to be able to accept it. And this also looks like you have a crush and you go to that person and say, hey, I'm really attracted to you. I want to take you out on a date. And you have to be open to rejection. And maybe that person says, I'm married. I don't want to date anybody. I'm not attracted to you. Or I don't think so. And you need to accept that. And then when you live like that, everything is very, very clear. Okay, I went. I did. I didn't conquer. But I actually won because I spoke my truth. And then now I have clarity. And when we live in that way, we get out of all of the game and the manipulation because everything is very clear. You can very clearly express who you are, what you want, and then the other person can say who they are, what they want. And if you have agreement, things flow. And if there's no alignment, you let it go and you go and find your alignment elsewhere. So I recommend very much living with honesty and integrity because to me that's the highest way to honor ourselves and other people. And the more we get honest with ourselves, the more clarity we have. And the thing is that we're all here uh, on different soul missions. We have completely different experiences. We're here for different things. A person that is 10 could have the wisdom of somebody who's 80 because they have had many lifetimes on this planet. So when we are able to get clear with who are we, what are we about, what is it that we really want, we can focus our energy on pursuing the things that are truly for us. And even if nobody else understands them, it doesn't really matter because we know, and that's all that matters, and we can validate ourselves. And when we take on that approach, we realize that this is also how the universe operates. The universe loves clarity, and it reflects exactly who you think you are, exactly what you think you can have, exactly what you think you're worth. And when we understand that everything is a reflection of us, the people we encounter, the situations, the things, then we can use the reflection to adjust and be like, okay, is this really like the signal that I want to be emitting? Or do I need to go within and reconfigure some limiting beliefs, drop some stuff, change some stuff, update my software, and align more with what I'm about? And then the other really cool thing is once we're clear with our truth and we decide, this is what I want, we don't have to manipulate about it. We can just hold that knowing of what we want and give it to ourselves at this moment by experiencing the feeling of having that thing. And in this way, we're coming not from lack or abundance, but abundance. Because if you say, I want that, but I can have it because of, you're tripping yourself up. The thing is that you want the thing, right? So give it to yourself right now and experience what it would be like to have that thing in imagination and fully feel the emotions and then let it go and trust that because you've aligned with it vibrationally, it will find you on its own time naturally. And this again is speaking your truth, being in your truth, and living with integrity. And even if your dreams are very big, you just have to hold on to them and know that you are led step by step to be able to embody them fully. And when you vibrationally align with the fullness of them, there is no way for them to not manifest because this is how the universe works. It's the law of vibration and resonance. And like attracts like, the law of assumption. If you assume a thing to be true, it becomes true for you. And that again is integrity, clarity, truth, honesty. Highly recommend all of these. Thank you all who joined.